Like I say from the DiRT video, the DiRT 2 is my favorite one out of the whole DiRT series. Unfortunately, it is still haunted by the game for Windows Live login, and I don't think Codemaster is going to update this one. I was going to talk about the online features first, but no one is playing anymore, so that's too bad. It is one of the few online games that I find relaxing and fun at the same time. And also, this is pretty quick to set up when you have more players on it. So, the game. You are you. You pick a name and the country you're from and you're good to go. If you want the people in the game to call you by your name, then you gotta pick an ordinary English name. Well, this feature is neat, even today. But back when this game was first released in 2009, this stuff is still pretty primitive. So there are only so many names you can choose from. But anyways, I guess it isn't very important. The game, though, is where it's at. When it first released, it was a big release, mainly have to do with the DirectX 10 release, which was new at the time with the new graphic features. So DiRT 2 was one of those games that advertised along with it, and one of the rare titles at the time that had AMD logo and the intro instead of Nvidia. So it was the thing. If you watch my older video, you will notice most of my systems are AMD or ATI based. So this to me was pretty cool.
This track is awesome.
Obviously, the graphics is impressive and very smooth. It doesn't really need a dedicated video card to run it. It kinda needs one to run it good though. That depends. By today, most of the integrated graphics will probably run it fine. Except for the Intel ones, they're just crap. It looks really good. What's more, after some years later, when I started not play this game very much anymore, I heard that they upgraded the graphics again. Now it's DirectX 11 graphics. That was a bonus to me. And I'm back to DiRT 2.
Well, it sure is quiet.
Going back to the online mode again for a minute here. DiRT 2 went real cheap on Steam after a while. I was able to pick out a few copies over time and really had some fun with friends with it. It may be a norm now for games to have promotional prices, but it was an event to me at the time with DiRT 2. It didn't happen as often as it is today. This game had begun to take a different direction from DiRT 1. They added more rallycross races, truck and buggy races, and other shorter races. but they are still just straight out racing. So to me, it is just something different. I didn't think much of it. Still rally cars, still giant clouds of dust. What still the show though was the physics. The control is so good, you are allowed to play it no matter what kind of mode it is in. And the damage system is even better than last time. Also, the fact that they had races like Rallycross and the other ones that I just mentioned allow so many players driving at the same time. So you get the feel of road racing games, the competitiveness. The combination of all those things actually makes DiRT 2 very, very exciting to play. Very often, you don't get a winner until the very last corner. Slightly shorter races is also good to keep the game fresh. But the note here, important thing here is slightly shorter.
Best of luck, guys. You're gonna need it.
The choice of music is very good for the theme of the game. Video replays is still mostly remain pretty standard, no complaints there. Mostly still stationary panning cameras, which is good because I get to see the car in action instead of the camera in action with the stupid shaky zooming games replays. In other words, by DiRT 2, they have not yet bought into the idea of copying movies and gimmicks that much. It is one of these games that I had to nitpick in order to find faults. Well, one of which is the choice of cars. The sense of classic great is not there. The liveries are not recognizable, really just advertising. And the style of the vehicles are not the type of vehicles that I recognize as well. It's not the special editions with the bands on the hood, or it's not any of that stuff. It looked like the normal version of the car. And where's the Subaru Blue? Why isn't the unlocked Impreza the classic rally version from the 90s? If you already gone through the trouble to get the car license, why not have the cool ones in the game? Instead, we get this X Games inspired liveries.
Hey, Mike, this is Croatia. People play hard here. Keep pushing that speed as much as you can and keep it on the road.
This stage can be tricky. Give it your best. Medium right. 60 medium right long, past ruin. Fast left 60.
Anyways, I don't follow racing news regularly. When I first finished this game is when I realized that Colin McRae has passed away. The game made a tribute about him. That is too bad. But the game does feel very spirited. For this, the game does feel that extra special. But this sort of foreshadows what's coming next. Now the makers of the game had the freedom to take themselves out of Colin McRae name. Well, so coming soon, I'll be talking about the next installment, DiRT 3. As for now, I do have to once again report that this game, like DiRT 1, is also not on Steam. at the moment to buy. But I still say if you can find a copy in some way, totally get it. Because this game is like taking a little bit of classic rally racing game out of this personality and adds just right amount of new blood in it. The arcadeness makes the excellent game to play, and this game ages very well even to today's standards, so it still look great now. If you love racing game, you want a lot of fun, you like the arcadeness, but you also want it to be very competitive and realistic, go with it. Go find a copy. You'll enjoy it, I swear.
Medium right 40. Medium left 60. Jump 82, flying finish. Nice clean stage, good win.
Disappointing, changing seasons, cold has come again. Streets are flooded with excuses, stories never end. People are waiting through despair. We must come to stand as one, take the cross they bear. So we'll return, not to cry. We will walk in their shoes. See the blind man in disguise, looking for his eyes. Darkest times ain't always enough. So we'll return, not to cry. We will walk in their shoes. Have you heard the news? Have you seen the blind man in disguise, looking for his eyes? Have you seen the rain man looking to the sky, begging for sunlight? The darkest times ain't always enough. Disappointing, changing seasons, cold has come again.
You look good behind the wheel.